Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we are reacting to the Spiel des Jahres 2025 winners. They were recently announced, I think it was a day or two ago. It'll be a few days for when this video actually drops. But yeah, these were something we initially reacted to the nominees, so you can go check out our video on that. I'm guessing they will all be mentioned here, the nominees
Yeah.
and the winners. But yeah, this is a big award. If you've never heard of the Spiel des Jahres, it's the game of the year in Germany. It's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, kind of game award that you can win.
I
And
think
in the
so.
case of some of these, I don't know if these in particular have this problem, but well, not problem, but some of them. It depends when the game comes out in Germany, when it's published in German,
Yeah.
because yeah, it has to be published. Uh, the year that it's published is when it kind of can be nominated for this. So sometimes you'll see some older games, or you'd be like, "Huh, that game's been around for a while." I don't know that that was the case this year, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah, so all the real good games are probably waiting a few years. So if you're upset that one didn't win, that might be why. But yeah, so the big one, I guess that's the one at the top here. The big one, the Spiel. This was Bomb Busters won it. Other nominations were Flip 7 and Crackle Oracle, which I think is a drawing game where you have a bunch of lines on your board and you try to draw things. Bomb Busters is, I think it's kind of cooperative bomb diffusing, deduction type of game, trying to
Right.
figure out what I think you have for yourself in your own wires or find out what other people have, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's you're kind of trying to figure out what everyone else has. I think you know yours, and then you're kind of working to diffuse everyone else's. Well,
Yeah.
everyone's doing everyone else's, I should say. And then
Yeah.
Flip 7 is a bit of a press your luck sort of game, pretty light game. And I don't remember what we had originally predicted, so you have to go check out our video to know for sure what we predicted. But I think we were probably between Flip 7 and Bomb Busters.
Think so. I think so. I've only played Flip 7. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I've played it a lot online over at Board Game Arena. Um, it's a nice little push your luck game, so that's probably the one I would want to see win, but Bomb Busters looks pretty fun too.
Yeah, Bomb Busters is definitely one. I played Flip 7. That was the only one I've played of these ones. Bomb Busters, I'm very interested in, and now even more so, now that it has won this award. But yeah, I could definitely have seen Flip 7 winning. It is definitely a bit lighter, but it is one of those kind of games that I think should be in the Walmarts and the Targets, and
Oh yeah.
it's something that general audiences can all play, and I think we'll have a pretty solid time with. Whereas I think that could, from what we read of Crackle, Oracle,
Yeah.
uh, I think that one could also fit in that category. And funnily enough, I feel like Bomb Busters is maybe the one that I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure on. I have not played it. Maybe once I play it, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I think they could handle this. But it, from the sounds of it, I'm not sure if there's just a little bit too much,
Yeah.
kind of just that next level. But it sounds
Yeah.
like it's still a great winner for the Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. And then they have extra recommendations that they had for. Uh,
Castle Combo got robbed.
oh yeah, Castle Combo should win all three of these. Um,
Yeah.
just being honest.
Well, maybe not the Kinder.
Not the Kinders, but this is the one I do remember I really wanted. Top de Tort. Um,
I remember that too, and I was like, I can't remember what it was about it because I had not looked into these
yeah,
when I did not look at the Kinder ones.
I care
Uh,
about the Kinders.
but Pepper cares about them, and he looked at it. And when you were explaining this one to me, I was like, that sounds really cool. And now that it won, Top Detort, especially, I didn't even remember it being by Wolfgang Warsch, which I believe he's now won another. I feel like he's already previously won
Yeah,
Spiel, possibly even a Kinderspiel. Um,
yeah,
have to go back and actually check that, but I feel like he did. But now, yeah, I'm more excited than ever on that. I was kind of thinking Cascadia Jr. might be able to do it since
oh yeah,
Cascadia itself had previously won. But yeah, they didn't want it. They didn't want to double down on the Cascadia,
It did
even though it
not.
is a great game. So I'm assuming the junior version is probably also good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I do not remember the other one, the Mouse Bande.
Boy. So yeah, I don't know what that is, but I'm really looking into.
What was the top detort again?
So so you're building a layer cake, James Bond. Now you're getting tiles, kind of long tiles, and they're split up into different colors,
Hmm.
of different sizes, and you have to eyeball it from the table and try to pick one that will line up those colors with the ones that are previously played so that you can just continue the chain of those colors and score points. And if it doesn't overlap, then that's too bad. You kind of cut it off. So it's kind of like trying to eye it spatially, get it to line up with yours. And I'm like, that looks really cool. This is a kid's game. I want this now for me. I'm a
Yeah.
kid, though.
Yeah, it does sound cool. Yeah, let
Um,
us know in the comments below if you've played this one. I'm very interested in it.
So, it doesn't have an English in the next about 2 weeks. English edition announced. I'm gonna have to go get that German version. And then your category of the year, the Kennerspiel for the connoisseurs, the strategy gamers.
Exactly. And I'm very happy with the winner of this one. I would have also any of these three would have been good from what I remember because I've played two of these, not the winner, of course. I had not played that, but I have played Endeavor Age of Sail, and it's an amazing game. And I feel like I don't know, it doesn't get talked about that much, hadn't been talked about that much, but it must have been somewhat popular because I believe there was just an Endeavor before that. I
Yeah,
feel like that was a reprint of Endeavor, and then now this is a new version of that. I assume it kind of still plays similarly,
yeah,
and yeah, if it does, I think the base mechanisms in the game, if it keeps those are just awesome. And if people haven't experienced that before, I can definitely see why it would win this award. It definitely deserves it. Uh, without ever actually playing it, I assume that it still uses the core kind of piece to it, which I think is really awesome, really clean, works really
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I watched a little bit on how to play this one. I'm like, it looks like it's got all the best stuff from the old one, and I think just adds some more new great stuff as well. But
Yeah.
then Far Away, and I think it's called Loot, with like three O's, Loot. We played both of those online. They feel like they would be, especially Far Away, quite a bit lighter and a lot easier to
Mhm.
play than Endeavor. Um,
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure.
Faraway could have almost made the spiel.
I
Could have
think
almost
so.
made that level. I think kind of. It seems like it kind of varies every year where
Yeah.
the spiel ends up. I feel like that sometimes it was pretty light for a while, and then it kind of came back a little bit more medium weight.
Yeah.
So that's why to me Faraway felt like it should have been in that. Maybe even Loot. It's been a
Yeah.
while since we played Loot. I've actually played Faraway a couple times recently again, and I'm just like, wow, it's a really fun,
Yeah.
easily approachable game. I actually played it with a coworker, brought it in for a coworker lunch, and they were able to pick it up. So I think it could be pretty easily
I could see
accessible.
it being tricky with
It is tricky,
the
and
core twist of it.
I think that's something you have to warn. You have to be like, okay, first game, practice game, so then
Yeah.
you can see how it works. So then the next game, you're more aware of how it works. 'Cause it is one of those games that on that first play, it's I don't know, it's hard to describe. I feel like when I'm describing it, it should kind of be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I think without seeing it, it's hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you'll be laying your cards from left to right, but then scoring them backwards from right to left, but you won't count cards that happened before it in the scoring.
Yeah.
It's just a hard thing to kind of explain and have someone just easily be like, oh, yeah, yep, that makes 100% sense. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, definitely try those on Board Game Arena. Highly recommend. And which other ones were suggested? The Gang. That was
Okay.
another one. I'm like, I think that's either going to be something you understand or don't because it's just pure
Mhm.
poker. So if you don't know Texas Hold'em, then it's something brand new to you. If you do know Texas Hold'em, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, I don't know. Uh, yeah, I've actually heard a couple people recently say some things about Zenith. So I feel that one's on Board Game Arena, Pepper. So we might have to try that because I was kind of interested in it, but now I feel like I just the last day or two I've heard two people mention it. So I'm like, uh, maybe there's something to this game, this hidden gem that only the Germans have heard about.
I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it. I hope it goes maybe. Although Endeavor's not that heavy, so I wouldn't really be too scared of it even then. So
Hmm.
yeah, so
But
yeah,
yeah, congratulations to the winners and nominees and recommended. I think they're gonna do hopefully pretty well financially after these announcements. And from the ones that I've played, I think they've all been solid. So I think this has been a pretty good year of choices. And even like yeah, some of the Kinderspiel ones are interesting even,
yeah,
which sometimes I feel like sometimes they're not. But I feel like even the other one, when you explained it to me back then, back whenever we filmed this a month
yeah. I
ago,
forget what it
looking
was.
at it, I feel like that was also kind of interesting.
I
So,
think so. Yeah,
and then just assuming Cascadia Junior is Cascadia,
yeah.
uh, it's got to be interesting.
That
But
might be my
yeah,
favorite category here, if I'm being honest. It's the most
whoa, whoa,
interesting.
whoa, it might be. But yeah, let us know if you've tried these, if any of the recommended ones you think should have won instead, or yeah, if there's any they missed that you know were published in German this year for the first time and they didn't get nominated, and you're like, where is this game? Let us know which ones they missed out on, which ones they got wrong, which ones you disagree with, which ones you agree with. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.